Hello, movie lovers! Bob for Bob's movie review here, and today I'm bringing you a Blu-ray and DVD shopping guide from March 3rd, 2020. I hope you guys do enjoy the video. I hope that the picture quality is a little better. I used to use the stock Samsung app on my phone, and I found that it just really didn't work that well with green screen. So I kind of looked around and I got a third-party app, and I was never really, it did really good with the green screen, but I was never really happy. Like it seemed like just really fuzzy and not real clear. And then I was just kind of messing around with the settings, and I don't know what setting it was, but I turned it off, and now like picture quality is so much clearer. So I hope you guys at least appreciate that. Remember, you guys can find affiliate links to purchase all these movies down in the description below. I actually have quite a few to go over, so let's get into it, guys. First up, we have Queen and Slim. This one's releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Best Buy $27.99, Amazon $29.99, Walmart $36.20, and Target $36.99. Also releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Walmart $22.96, Best Buy $22.99, Amazon and Target $24.99. And then finally will be releasing on a DVD. Walmart $17.96, Amazon and Target $19.99, Best Buy $22.99. Universal did send over a copy of Queen and Slim for review, and I did post an unboxing. If you guys want to check that out, you can just search my channel for Queen and Slim. So this movie was about this, they seem pretty young, not like super young, but this young couple who had just met on Tinder, and they had their date. It didn't necessarily go real great, but he's driving her home, and they're kind of messing around. They swerve a little bit in the car, and a cop ends up pulling them over. And things escalate very quickly, and they kind of end up killing the cop in self-defense. And so then they go on the run. And this movie is a lot about them going on the run and trying to escape. And they have this idea that they're going to go to Cuba because there's a manhunt for them. Now, I didn't understand, because she was real quick. Like, he didn't want to run. He wanted to call an ambulance or something, something to help the cop. And he was the one who shot him, but she was like, we need to just run. But she technically hadn't done anything at that point. So I'm not sure why she was in such a hurry to just kind of go on the run. I don't think they really got into it, but it seemed like there was something there about, like, why was she in such a hurry to go on the run? And so, as I said, a lot of this movie is about them trying to find a way to get out of the country. To me, like, this movie started off real strong, and then in the middle, they're just kind of screwing around a lot. Like, I'm just like, okay, they're trying to get out of the country, but they're like, oh, let's stop here, let's stop here, let's stop here. And to me, it just seemed a little odd. Like they kind of weren't understanding the full impact of what happened, and they're just kind of like, oh, let's stop at this bar and dance. And it's like, aren't you trying to escape the country? And I think at the end, it was a really strong ending. I really enjoyed this movie, guys. I do feel like, it's just kind of really sad and really bad that, some people, just because of their skin color, have to feel afraid of situations that, when stuff shouldn't happen. And this stuff happens in America. And to me, it's just, it's just horrible. And it's hard to believe that people still feel this way. I could never be a cop. Like, I would not want to be in a situation where, everything is life or death. But at the same time, like, you can't be like looking at certain people and saying, okay, everything they do is life and death. It's a great movie, guys. Definitely check this one out. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Next up is Dark Waters. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Best Buy $22.99, Amazon and Target $24.99, Walmart $29.72. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Best Buy $22.99, Walmart $23.37, and Target no listing. Universal sent over a copy of Dark Waters for review, and I did post an unboxing of this one. If you guys want to check that out, just search for Dark Waters on my channel. This one was a little long at 2 hours and 7 minutes. To me, like, I generally don't like movies to run quite so long, but I feel like this one really was one of those ones where it does where it is justified in the long runtime. Now, this one was about Mark Ruffalo's character, who is a lawyer, and he like represents chemical companies or something like that. And this guy from his hometown, small hometown farmer, he says, there's something wrong here. My cows are all dead. They're all like, I don't know if it was deformities, but like tumors, and just really abnormal things were happening with them. And it happens to be he's right by one of the DuPont dumping grounds. And so Mark Ruffalo's character investigates it. And I kind of remember this happening. I don't remember it happening way back then. I thought it was more recent. But he investigates this whole deal of Teflon and it being poisonous. And it goes into his investigation, and then kind of like the trial and the outcome. And then like it took such a long time for anything to happen. I feel like, I'm not really necessarily spoiling this movie because, it is based on true events that happened. But I really like this movie, guys. It was super interesting. It's I don't know. I just always find it hard to believe that these companies can do this kind of stuff. But Mark Ruffalo was great. Just a very interesting movie about a true story. I gave this one a 4 out of 5. Next up is Titans, the complete second season. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Best Buy $22.99, Target $24.99, and Walmart no listing. Also releasing on a DVD. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $19.99, Walmart $20.64. Now, Warner Brothers did send me over a copy of Titans, the complete second season, for review, and I did post an unboxing of this if you guys want to check it out. Just search for Titans on my channel. I love this artwork. I just gotta say that. I love the artwork they put on the cover of this one. So this is the second season of the hit show, can we call it a hit show, on DC Universe about the Titans. But, I'm not, other than the first season of this, I'm not real familiar with the Titans or the Teen Titans or any of that. And to me, I feel like I'm missing out on a little bit because I don't know the history and I don't know the stories. And, a lot of this is lesser known characters from the DC universe. I mean, you do have Robin, who, of course, is well known for Batman and Robin. But I think all the rest of the characters, I don't know them. I don't know anything about them. We definitely do get a few new characters. We get Deathstroke's daughter. I can't remember what her name is. She's probably on the cover here somewhere. I don't see her. Maybe not. Deathstroke is in this. And he's kind of the overlying main villain of the season. And we do also get this weird kind of like Superman, Kryptonian clone thing. Simply named Connor. A little strange name, but okay, we'll go with it. So in this season, the decision that Dick Grayson made in the past comes back to haunt him, and it is, as I said, Deathstroke, and he feels like he has to hide his past from them and kill Deathstroke. And very interesting. I definitely like the story. I don't think I like the story quite as much as I did in season 1. This does also mainly focus on the older Titans and less on the younger Teen Titans, or whatever you want to call them. But, again, it's definitely a very well-made show, more dark, gritty, vulgar language, blood, nudity. This is all the stuff they wanted to introduce, and they can do so by not being on TV. But still, again, a lot of times the CGI don't really live up to the rest of the show. It's just, not all of it, but some of it is a little painful. But a really great show, guys. I really enjoy this one. I do hope it continues. I haven't heard if they're coming back with season 3, but I gave this season a 3.5 out of 5. Next up is The Warrant, releasing on DVD. Amazon and Best Buy $11.99. Walmart $12.36. And Target $12.39. Now, Mill Creek Entertainment did send me over a copy of The Warrant for review, and this one has Stephen R. McQueen, Neil McDonough, Casper Van Dien, and this is takes place like during the Civil War and shortly after the Civil War. The sheriff, his son became a U.S. Marshal, and they have to go find this guy. Can't remember what they called him, but he was like their friend in the Civil War. And basically, he kind of hasn't let the Civil War go, and he wants to like get revenge on all the people from the South, and he's been like killing people, and he's got like this whole gang, and so they have to go find him and arrest him. You know, this movie was okay. I felt like the acting in a lot of parts was pretty stiff. I feel like as the movie goes on, it does loosen up a little bit. Casper Van Dien is great though, like from start to finish. I thought he was really good in this. I haven't seen him in a lot of stuff, but I've kind of enjoyed him in stuff that I've seen him in. And it is also one of those ones too where they jump back and forth, but I felt like, you know, they did a good job of like putting the time period on the screen, so you know when they're jumping back and they're jumping forward, and you're not just confused. But overall, you know, I thought this movie was okay. It was nothing spectacular. It was an enjoyable movie about trying to bring this guy to justice. I gave this one a 2.5 out of 5. Next up is Nezha, I believe is how you say it. This one's releasing on a 4K and Blu-ray. Amazon Target $19.99, Walmart $24.96, and Best Buy $24.99. It's also releasing on a Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Amazon Target $16.99, Walmart $19.61, and Best Buy $19.99. Also releasing on a DVD, Walmart $14.80, Amazon and Best Buy $14.99, and Target no listing. Now, Wellgo USA did send me over a copy of Nezha for review. This had this cool disc art, I think, like these cool like yin yang symbols. And to be honest, guys, there were a few things in this that I just really wasn't completely understanding, and I think it's kind of just like cultural differences, and you know, I didn't really understand a lot of the mythology that was going on. But basically, somehow there's this pill, I guess it was, and there's like a good one and a bad one. There's the spirit and the demon, and the spirit is supposed to be put inside this woman's fetus, and something happens, and the demon gets put in her, and then somebody steals the spirit. I don't know. This whole part to me was hard to follow. And so basically, they have this kid who's like part demon, and but the dad believes, you know, that he can train him and make him good. And a dragon steals the spirit, and he has this plot to release the dragons, and his kid's gonna help bridge this world and all this stuff. It was definitely an interesting story. It was a little strange how they did kind of like, you know, it's kind of a serious story, but it also had like a lot of kiddie kind of stuff and a lot of humor. And it felt like in a lot of ways like this could be a movie for adults or kids because it was so colorful. Visuals on this, guys, were amazing. I would have loved to have seen this one in 4K. Amazing animation and effects, and it just looked really, really good. And like I said, it was a good story. I definitely enjoyed it. I did forget to mention this one is in English or Mandarin, so I definitely always appreciate when they have an English language track. I definitely enjoyed this one though, guys. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Next up is Two Graves in the Desert. This one's releasing on a Blu-ray, Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $11.99, Walmart $12.38. Also releasing on a DVD, Walmart $9.66, Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $9.99. Now, I thought I was going to be reviewing this one. I haven't gotten a copy yet though, but if I get one in the future, I will definitely review that for you guys. Next up is The Dare, releasing on digital platforms. Now, the Horror Collective did provide me with a streaming link to watch The Dare to review. Now, in this movie, this guy, he's like at home hanging out with his family, and then somebody like breaks in and they abduct him, and he's not real sure what happens to his family, but he's like locked in this basement, and there's these 3 strangers down there. And to me, it kind of felt like Saw, where it's like you just get abducted and then you're tied up in this weird room and you don't know what's going to happen. And so there's this guy who's abducted him, and he kind of makes them do things and torture each other. And then eventually it's revealed that maybe these people do know each other, and maybe they know the guy who's abducted them, and they kind of go back and they reveal this story about their childhood. To me, a little bit of the childhood story was a little far-fetched, but a lot of this movie is just like torturing people and hurting people. And like, you know, they'll keep trying to escape, and then he's got to punish them. And this goes on for quite a while. I did enjoy this one quite a bit. To me, like I said, the childhood story part was a little far-fetched in what happened. But overall, guys, I thought this was a pretty well-made movie. There were a lot of kind of moments that made me real squeamish and were real hard to watch, and I get like that a lot though in these kind of movies. So I did enjoy this one, guys. I gave it a 3 out of 5. Next up is the Furies or Furries. I'm not sure which one it is. It is releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Target $13.69, Best Buy $13.99, and Walmart no listing. Now I didn't pre-order this one or anything, but I definitely want to check it out. They're calling it like Halloween meets Hunger Games. I definitely have to check this one out at some point. Now, I don't know how I want to do this section because I want to make sure to break it down and give you guys the artworks, but let's just get into it. Monsters, Inc. is going to release on a 4K Blu-ray and digital copy combo pack. Amazon and Walmart $29.96, Best Buy and Target $29.99. It's also going to release on a 4K Steelbook exclusively at Best Buy, and will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. Next up is Monsters University, releasing on 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart $29.96, Best Buy and Target $29.99. It's also releasing on a Best Buy exclusive 4K Steelbook, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. And then next up would be WALL-E, releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart $29.96, Best Buy and Target $29.99. And Best Buy will have the exclusive 4K Steelbook, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. Next up is Up, releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart $29.96, Best Buy and Target $29.99, and Best Buy will have an exclusive 4K Steelbook, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. And the last up of these Pixar movies is A Bug's Life, releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Walmart $29.96, Best Buy and Target $29.99. Was A Bug's Life Pixar? I don't remember. And it's also releasing on a Best Buy exclusive 4K Steelbook, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. Next up is Don't Let Them In, releasing on a DVD. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $9.99. Walmart no listing. Now this one, guys, was already previously released, but I think I got it too late, and then I was trying to watch it. So Mill Creek Entertainment did send me over Unbreakable, Kimmy Schmidt, the complete series on Blu-ray. Definitely cool to check this one out. I had seen it some before. This one was on Netflix, and I know they released the first 2 seasons on DVD. I don't think they did 3 or 4, but Mill Creek Entertainment does have the entire series available on DVD or Blu-ray. I did post an unboxing of this one, and in this one, Ellie Kemper is, as a young girl, abducted and told that the world is going to end, and she has to live in this bunker with these like 3 other women and this crazy guy who's abducted them all. And then she gets out 15 years later, and she's not real intelligent, you know, and she's just trying to adjust to her life. Now the first season, I feel like the story is good. I really like the first season as far as story. The other seasons, you know, I don't think the story is as much of a focus, just because it's like, okay, she's out and now it's just she's doing all these random things now. But I do think that the show is very funny. I definitely enjoy the characters. Another thing about this one, they don't make a lot of shows like this anymore where you don't necessarily have to watch every episode. You know, so many shows now are like basically each season is like a movie. You can't miss an episode. Everything's connected. You have to see the whole thing. You can't just pop in an episode here or there. And this one though, you know, the story does continue, but it's not like something where if you miss an episode, you've missed everything, you know? And I kind of miss that. Like I like shows where, yeah, they do have a loose story, but they're also just, each show is kind of individual. And I definitely like that about this one. And like I said, it's just fun and silly, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. Lots of just ridiculously silly humor in this one. Ellie Kemper's great for sure. I gave this one a 3.5 out of 5. And one more thing that I didn't have in time to review for you guys. Wellgo USA sent over The Climbers for review. This one was in Mandarin, and it had a 123-minute runtime. It's a little over 2 hours long. To me, they kind of stretched it out a bit, but it's about this Chinese mountain climbing team. Was it in the 60s, I believe, who scaled Mount Everest, and they didn't have the right kind of evidence, so nobody believed them. And then later, China decides to scale it again. To me, all the scenes where they're doing the mountain climbing, I love. Super interesting. To me, I can't understand what would possibly go through somebody's mind where they're like, you know what? This mountain is really tall and really cold, and it's really hard to breathe. And a lot of people die trying to climb it, but you know what? I'm just gonna climb it. Like, to me, I can't imagine what would motivate someone to do that. Not trying to bag on anyone who does, but just for me, not my kind of thing. But so, like I say, the beginning where they climb the mountain, the end where they climb the mountain, to me was really interesting. The middle, I feel, is drawn out a little. They tried super hard to make it dramatic through like kind of slow dramatic music, and to me, I was just like, why are they doing that? Like, why this is not dramatic, you know? And but it's well acted, well shot, lots of great kind of crazy action and peril. And you know, overall, guys, I did really like this movie, but I think that middle part, they could have shortened it up a bit, cut down the movie a little bit, and it would have been a lot more enjoyable film. But if you guys are into these kind of disaster, natural kind of movies, check this one out, guys. I definitely enjoyed it. I gave it 3.5 out of 5. That is it for this week, guys. If you guys have seen any of these movies, love to hear your thoughts down in the description below. If you plan on picking any of them up, be sure to let me know. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check the success videos, and for more movie news, check out my website, bobsmoviereview.com. And I'll see you guys next time.